We're live.
We are live.
Hey, we did it.
Yes. Well,
Took
first
us
of
a
all,
minute to get this thing set up.
they want to come on a little early so we
Thing
can.
set up. Hold on. See? What's up, everybody?
Yep. So we just want to come on a little early and make sure things are going well and it's out there and you all are getting on. We can monitor the what's this thing called? The chat.
Yeah.
This is our very first YouTube live.
Yes. This is exciting.
With this channel we've been on. So this has been great. So good to see y'all.
Yep. If y'all are here live with us, give us a little wave, a little hi. You know, say hi, Mrs. Gilbert.
Yes. Hi, Mrs. Gilbert.
Good to see you, Kimmy. Thanks for jumping on today. Oh my goodness. Okay, so it took us a second to make sure we got all this stuff set up. So we wanted to make sure we were good, make sure we weren't like bumping into each other.
That's right.
All of that.
That's right.
But man, we're gonna just jump into this today. You ready, babe?
I'm ready, dear.
All right. So today we are talking about conflict.
Yes.
We're talking about conflict. We just want to address it because we know that it's a common issue. Actually, it's a common misbelief that pops up in a lot of marriages. I know it was definitely a big thing for us. And we just wanted to talk with y'all about it today. Yes. So, are you a conflict avoider?
No. You know I'm not. I'm a recovering.
I'm a conflict avoider.
Yeah.
So if you're a conflict avoider like me, just let me know. Put a 1 in the chat. Put a comment in the comments. Hey, I'm the conflict avoider too. So that was me. But he's not. If you're not a conflict avoider,
do too. Depends on the day.
That's
not a 1. That's a 1 or a 2. We said 1 or 2, Mrs. Gilbert. You know, I know you, Mrs. Gilbert, and I know you are a teacher. So let's follow direction. No, I'm just kidding.
Look, it depends on if you ate that day or not. Huh?
Yeah. So, but I am a recovering conflict provoker.
Yeah,
that's what I would say. Yes. I am. So,
and I'm recovering as well. So, but here's the issue though. Many of y'all believe that having a conflict is like a curse
and a negative thing.
Yeah, like it's a negative thing. Like you believe that if you can just avoid conflict in your marriage, avoid conflict in the situations, like maybe it'll just go away.
Yeah.
You know, maybe everything will just be all peaceful because we don't have any conflict going on. And, you know, things will just be all right. We don't got to be like stepping on nobody's toes or nothing.
Or you're on the other side like me and like, I'm going to fix this. We got to talk about this. And I go in. And so, again, I have to recover from doing that because provoking conflict is not always a good thing.
It's not.
You know?
It's not.
So, but conflict is a good thing. And that's why we talked about the 3 good reasons that come out of this.
And that's the thing. In reality, conflict is really a cure. And in the cure, that's where you find the blessing.
Absolutely.
That's where you find the blessing. So that's what we want to talk to y'all about today. The 3 reasons why conflict is actually hidden blessing in your marriage. So we're going to go over the 3 reasons. But first, we just want to make sure y'all know who we are. We want to make sure y'all know who y'all are talking to today. So if this is your first time being here with us, welcome to our little world. And I am Danae.
And I'm Linwood.
Yep. And like I said, I'm a recovering conflict avoider. I am a recovering stuffer of things. And
I'm a recovering provoker of conflict.
Yep.
I know that about me.
So we got some little notes here because we're trying to stay on track because y'all know we can just talk. But it took us some time. It really took us some time to learn how to navigate conflict and to stop seeing conflict as like, well, for me, stop seeing it as a negative thing and really learn how to turn our conflicts and disagreements into like problem solving opportunities.
Yeah, conflict is a negative thing. The common thing, I think, and I just want y'all to say and put in the comments on what your idea of conflict is. The way I see it is 3 things. It was either we talk about conflicts that come up in schedules, conflicts that come up in values and beliefs, and just interests, period. There are other things, but we're gonna kind of, if nothing else, put this in a traveling thing, because this used to be a traveling channel and sharing all our things.
Yeah.
And in life, moving through life together, it is a travel.
Yeah.
It's a journey. It's not just a destination and stops. It is a constant traveling. So that's the way I'm gonna put it. And I would like to see what y'all think conflict is.
Yeah.
Does it stop you? Does it give you an opportunity to move on, or do you avoid it? Period.
So let's jump into the 3 reasons.
Yeah.
All right. Reason number one. Reason number one why conflict is a hidden blessing for your marriage. Conflict actually brings the blessing of awareness.
Absolutely.
It brings the blessing of awareness, because the problem is, most of us, specifically the problem, well, period, most of us assume that your partner can read your mind.
Assumption is not a good thing at all.
Yeah.
You know, you assume, and then it takes you on separation. You know, it causes conflict. Well, that's what we're talking about, huh?
Yeah.
Your Jeremy. Perception. Hey, yeah. Hey, Jeremy, thanks. But like you said, it's a barrier on the path.
Yeah.
And if we look at it that way, now that taps in, you saying that, Jeremy, makes me tap into my military part of being an engineer, where we either made obstacles or we took down obstacles, right? And I really appreciated that part. So I no longer look at it that way, and always being a barrier. It's like, okay, how do we overcome it?
Yeah.
I
like
see
you
it
said
coming.
earlier,
Yeah.
It's a signal.
Yeah, it's a signal.
It's a signal that some change is needed. Yeah. I remember one of the first big conflicts that we had to get through was about finances.
Oh, yeah.
It was about finances.
Yeah. That would be a belief conflict.
Yeah, we definitely had some opposing thoughts and beliefs on how to handle our finances. Yeah. And it brought the awareness. Yes. It brought the awareness. It brought like, oh, I didn't know you thought about money that way, and he didn't know I thought about it that way. So it brought some awareness that we got a problem that we need to fix. And we need to also become more aware of how you think about the problem, how you think about money, how you think about joining to our bank, to both of our bank accounts and everything together. Because I was like, no, we ain't doing all that.
And I'm like, hey, what you got over there? What you got over there? What you got over there? What's going on? What's going on?
Yeah.
Like I said, it's a provoker, and knowing that we're moving together. So conflict, the awareness, the blessing of awareness is that conflict is a part of life, right? It's a part of it. And once you look at that, and I knew finances is always going to be part of our life, stewardship, and how we move about life. And everybody just ain't going to give you everything. So we have to buy some things, or they come take things if you don't have your finances together.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, if this is a part of this, how can we work together? Yeah. Now that we came in, and it is a difference, and it is a signal of change, we had to make some changes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Man, and it's important to be aware, because what if you got like all of these rocks and pebbles and stuff like in your pathway, and you just keep tripping over them because you're just not aware that they're there. So that awareness really is a gift. Yeah. So
well, we said we weren't gonna turn this into a how-to thing, but we're gonna turn it into a now, more of a now that we know that because of awareness, this is a positive thing and not a negative thing.
Yeah. All right. So
that was one.
Yeah.
First one was awareness. We are aware that now it's not a negative thing, and it's a signal for change. So who's gonna change?
Yeah.
Or what's gonna change?
All right. The second one is that conflict actually brings the blessing of intimacy.
Absolutely.
It really does, because what happens is you assume that every disagreement is going to end in destruction. You think that everything is just going to just blow up. Yes, it does, Kimmy. Yes. But in reality, it might not.
That's right.
It really might not.
Goes back to the assumption thing you was talking about. Right? It's like, okay, if I want to be intimate, right, I assume a lot of things, right? And I don't want to step on your toes, right? Is that I know that change is needed. I'm going to be in this with you forever. I don't want to cause destruction. This is a destination. It's a journey of destinations as opposed to a stop. You know, this is going to end all. It's not the end all of anything. So conflict in the intimacy is that I'm going to be together with this woman forever. Yeah. So.
And for me, it's the intimacy. Okay, so you remember when we were on the road and we were headed to was that California?
Yeah,
that was California. We were in California, and he wanted to see the La Brea tar pits.
Yes.
Okay, so first of all, you have to understand that when you're on the road traveling, you know, there's all kind of conflicts that come up because the common thing was there were things that he would want to do that I wouldn't want to do. There were things I wanted to do that he didn't always want to do. We had to keep coming to the, you know, compromising and figuring that thing out. But specifically the La Brea tar pits stick out to me because I was like, the La Brea tar pits, like, why do you want to go to see the La Brea tar pits? It was just like the weirdest thing to me. But it brought intimacy instead of us like having a conflict. They're like, well, I don't want to do that. And we ain't going to do that. Or, you know, instead of having a conflict, I was like, well, why? Why do you want to see the La Brea tar pits?
And she got to tap into a child fantasy. You know, we learned about the La Brea tar pits in school a long time ago. And I just always wanted to go see the La Brea tar pits. And I had this idea of what the La Brea tar pits. And man, I was fighting to get to the La Brea tar pits.
Yeah, because we was at was that LA?
It was
Because the traffic, and I'm like, man, we gotta go through all of this. Like it wasn't the easiest to get to.
We was camping near Seal Beach,
right?
And then we drove up to La Brea tar pits. Yep. And then with the Hollywood, you know, see all that, the Walk of Hollywood and stuff. So we did a lot of that stuff she wanted to do. And I was like, I still wanted to go to the La Brea tar pits. And I'm gonna tell you, y'all, it was kind of a letdown.
But
it really was. But it was fun. It was an intimate moment.
But it could have been one of those moments that could have ended up in a blow up. It could have been like, man, we could just fight through this and end up in a blow up. But I expressed like, oh, you really feeling this? But if that's what you want to do. But the blessing was that I got to hear that little piece of his life story about the La Brea part. So sometimes it doesn't end up in destruction. Sometimes it ends up in you learn something about your spouse.
Yeah.
Man, I remember he's a very, very passionate man. Yeah. And so a lot of times I took his passion as like anger. Yeah, like he gonna go off the handle, fly off the handle and all this stuff. But what it did is the thing about going through the conflict together is you get to really get insight into what means something to your spouse. You get insight into their heart, into their life. Like, man, I didn't even know you was like
I'm laughing
felt so strongly about that.
I'm laughing because I don't want y'all to think I am this ogre, right?
No.
Yeah.
But you are passionate.
I am very passionate. I am very passionate. Like I had to tell a lot of people, I'm not angry. I'm just passionate about some things. You know what I mean? And so the intimacy of finding that out and talking about it, you know, it seems it's a signal. It's a conflict we have in here that, you know, say it with your chest type thing. And I'm like, no, I'm not saying it like that. I'm not doing all that. I just want to share my side of it.
Yeah.
And it seems like a conflict, but you know what? It's not a conflict.
Yeah.
I work in conflict resolution in corporate America, but sometimes it's a little challenging in marriage America. So, yeah.
So if you've ever gotten through a conflict with your spouse, but you found out something new about them, like, man, why is it so important for you to have this done your way or this way? So if that's ever happened to you, let us know in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat or put something in the chat that, I remember I had this conflict and I figured out like, oh, that's why it has to be blue, because blue meant this to you when you was 3 years old or, something like that.
It's more like we talked about, curiosity is the cure to assumption.
Right.
And it also, in your conflict of intimacy, or if you're having a problem and getting to that blessing of intimacy in conflict, you go, you know what?
Yes.
Tell me why. Ask a question.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Appreciate
Thanks, Guy.
that.
We appreciate that. Thanks for jumping on. Good to see you.
Thank you. Good seeing you.
Yep. But sometimes it can also bring the intimacy of the breakthrough.
Yes.
You thinking you having a breakdown, but y'all might be just breaking through a wall together.
Yes,
and then you have a breakthrough in your marriage. Jeremy, thank you, sir, for that super chat. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. That's our first super chat.
First super chat ever. Look,
thank you.
I don't have a thing.
I know. I need my little clapping hands. Look, man, we appreciate that. Thank you for supporting us in that way. Man, that's awesome.
Man, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I feel great about that.
I know.
Hold on just a minute. Yeah. All right.
So, all right, we talked about reason number one, conflict actually brings the blessing of awareness. Hey, we got a problem here. Number two, conflict actually brings the blessing of intimacy. And so finally, number three, conflict brings the blessing of growth. Oh my goodness. This is a big one. Because the problem that some of us have is that you really assume that it's always going to be like this. We just going to be stuck in this problematic cycle forever and ever and ever. You just feel like it's just always going to be this way.
And I like to call conflict the miracle growth of marriage. It was the miracle growth for our marriage. It really was.
Oh yeah.
And so it broke up a lot of fallow ideas, things that I'm just stuck on, ideas of whatever, it just broke it up and added some aeration. Like the scriptures talked about, some seed, some water, but God provides the increase. So each time a seed or a signal of conflict came, it put some miracle grow on it. It really did. It made me look at my perspective. Am I going to stay the same? I think I'm staying the same, but I'm not. Everything has growth. If you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to lose what you got. And I did not want to lose the intimacy. I didn't want to lose the awareness of, man, she truly loves me. I did not want to lose any of that. So I had to grow. I had to grow. But in that growing together, I had to ask her one time, because I was like, but what if you ever considered that you bring the conflict? Because I am doing some growing and I'm doing some cultivating and I feel like that.
Yeah.
But then as I recovered from provoking, saying that, hey, I'm changing. Why aren't you changing? Then it causes a conflict.
Yeah.
Right. And not the conflict we want, but there is a signal that, okay, we want to grow and I am growing. And sometimes we need a little affirmation, And so I asked her one day, it was like, you ever considered that you might bring the conflict sometimes? And when that happened, it opened up a lot of things.
It really did. It definitely presented an opportunity of growth for me, because I used to, like I said, I was a stuffer, and it made some resentment build up, to be honest, because I was just like, I wasn't expressing my needs.
And I couldn't read her mind.
Yep.
Wait, hold on. I got to ask this question. Are there any true mind readers out there?
Where my mind readers at?
Put a 1 in the chat. But if you're not a mind reader, I need to see a lot of 2s in here, man. I need to see a lot of 2s in this one. Yeah. I'm going to put a 2 in him because I know I'm not a mind reader. But go ahead.
Yes.
Look at that.
Oh, come on, guys. Listen.
We're not mind readers, man.
If we only had that gift, though, it would make life much easier. Yeah, we don't got no mind readers.
What's going on, Chris? All right. Good seeing you, brother. And look, no mind reading. That goes back to the assuming again. All because that time in that space of conflict and we got over it does not bring it to this time and space.
Yeah.
Right. And it was like, oh man, if that's the truth, then I have to continue to grow. I have to continue as the season change. Sometimes I sit back, sometimes I lean in. But it's like, okay, babe, I need some answers.
Yeah.
I need some conversation.
And that was the thing, going back to what I was saying about the resentment. It's like that scripture, don't let any root of bitterness, take root in your heart. And it was some bitterness developing because I really wasn't, having the communication to express what I needed in the conflict. So
I stopped
it
assuming.
made me grow. Yeah.
The main thing I stopped doing is fixing. Fixing it.
Oh yeah.
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 Being a handyman and all that stuff, I just stopped fixing it. And I'm gonna stop talking.
So it does. It really conflict really does help you to develop some skills. Your listening skills. Listen, y'all see this right here. That's why I got this shirt. some listening skills, some skills. Emotional intelligence skills, just some self-control skills. So there is a blessing in that, being able to grow, being able to provoke growth, and not just conflict, but to provoke growth.
Well, not provoke it. Cultivate it.
Cultivate. Yes. Okay, that's a
better
word.
Because I say I'm a recovering provoker. Right. Again, I was an engineer, and I was a military police. Right, in the military. So there are some skills that I got soft that kept the conflict going, or avoiding the conflict, or protecting. And it was just like, in this marriage, we're not adversaries. She's not my enemy. She's what God felt is worthy in my life. She's my helpmate. So I had to change.
Yeah. So that's the limiting belief that a lot of conflict avoiders have, that the conflict is the problem. Yeah. And the conflict is not really the problem. Learning how to get through the conflict is the problem. So you have to learn, you got to develop those skills to learn, like, okay, how do we navigate the conflict? So, because, you married a whole nother person. They're not you. They come with a whole nother set of perspectives and life experiences and
how we go about doing
traditions and preferences and just all of this stuff. And so sometimes, y'all know, I don't know how we always end up marrying our opposite. Okay, why do we end up marrying our opposite?
Well, you weren't my opposite. You complete me.
Do I?
Yeah. It's 100 plus 100. Yeah, like the channel says, 1 plus 1, we won.
Okay. Okay. Well, we are opposite in a few ways, though. So we I don't know though. But on the flip side,
you're a reflection of love.
A reflection?
Yeah, a reflection. You're a reflection of the love for me. See that, man?
Okay.
I got to keep it. Look, man. Hey.
But on the flip side, the longer y'all are together, the more y'all seem to like turn into each other and start really becoming one. But
absolutely,
we didn't even plan on having the same color shirt on today. Look at that.
No, we did.
Oh my goodness. But anyway, there's always going to be like opposing, those opposing perspectives, those opposing views, those opposing, like I grew up this way, you grew up this way, so you're going to have that opposing. But
are we using a different word than conflict?
What?
We're using opposition now.
Well, I was going to say, even though you have opposing stuff, your spouse is not your opponent.
Right.
That's what I was going to say.
I'm just trying to say conflict. You got me saying conflict is a good thing. So, again, she's not our enemy. I'm saying they're not our enemy.
Your spouse is not your enemy.
It's just not.
Your spouse is not your opponent.
Yeah.
But so I want to know, babe, what was your biggest change in learning how to deal with conflict, just regarding conflict?
My biggest change was, like I said, instead of trying to fix it, trying to make things happen, trying to, I had an idea of what I thought things were going to be. And none of that was true.
Mm-hmm.
I had a whole list I told God I wanted, because some of you know that I was divorced, but I knew I wanted to be in love again, and not just playing love or playing marriage or whatever the case may be. Yeah, one of the attendees, Mrs. Gilbert, is from that, and to be able to recover, right, and recover well and step into stuff. So I knew conflict is a part of life, right? But it doesn't have to keep us apart.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
How do I use conflict or the signal of conflict to be a change agent for me?
Okay.
Right, a change agent for me, and it's just a whole mind shift.
Yeah.
And I know my daughter can see that, and that meant a lot. And when you saw it in me, it meant a lot. And when I saw it in myself, through God, it meant a lot.
Yeah.
So,
and thank you for your comment,
yes.
Kimmy, Mrs. Gilbert. I want to really thank you guys for helping us get through a major conflict and helping crack that concrete to help us grow. Absolutely. I love that. Thank you for sharing that. And you are welcome.
You're welcome.
You are welcome.
It does my heart good.
Yeah.
It always does my heart good. Keep
And
putting that miracle grow on it.
Yep. Yeah. One of my biggest changes is I went from avoiding it to embracing it more. That's it. Still not one of my funnest things, but I've learned to embrace it. And I've learned not to fall back when you would initiate that, hey, some change is needed here. Yeah. We might have to do something different. So.
And
that's right, guy. Thank you. Right. Yep.
We I'm sorry, I'm doing my pen.
Yeah, come on. Part.
No. Hey, that's conflict. That's conflict. I'm having a senior moment. That's not it wasn't a negative thing. I was, tried to do. I can't do two things at one time. And that's one thing that I learned from conflict. I can't do both things. Mm-hmm. Right? If I do this, then that's the way I'm gonna go. Mm-hmm. If this is the way I want the change, I want the growth, I want something different. This is not the same time and place as it was. Then I have to do something different. Yep. So thank you.
You're welcome.
I think I closed that thought out. That's it. What's going on?
So that's the thing, y'all. Conflict. Yeah. It's not a curse in your marriage. It's actually a cure. And on the other side of that cure, you will definitely find the blessings in it. The blessings of intimacy, the blessings of awareness,
and growth.
And definitely the blessing of growth. Good growth for your marriage.
Now, I need at least a heart or a one. Or you can give me some hearts and ones, and I can give you a bonus of the true blessing that I got out of this. So I'm looking for some ones, some hearts, some whatever. And then I will
there they go.
In the chat though. Put them in the chat. Put it in the chat. I'm trying to learn how to
put some ones or some hearts in the chat if y'all want this bonus.
That's it.
All right. There we go. Thank you. Thanks, Mike. Thank y'all. TT. Thank you, TTB. Appreciate it.
I'll say this. The bonus of conflict was this.
Thank you.
The 3 blessings overall we got.
That's Amos. What's up, girl?
Oh, hey. Oh my goodness. Man. Oh man, I'm loving it now. I'm loving it. We're back. Thanks,
guy. I appreciate it.
All right. The biggest 3 blessings I got of knowing that conflict is a blessing is faith, hope, and love. And the greatest of these is love. So anytime conflict came, I wasn't trying to keep record of wrong. I wasn't trying to get my way. I was just trying to, how do we walk together? Mm-hmm. And the only way we can walk together, as the word says, is in agreement.
Yeah. How can two walk together
except we agree? Now, sometimes we have to agree that I wasn't quite aware of that. Mm-hmm. I have to know that. So that's the bonus, man. That is the bonus. I'm gonna leave it at that because I get on something else.
You're gonna start preaching.
I can talk. I'm trying not to. Preaching is teaching, and I just wanted to share the good news.
Yeah.
The good news of conflict is that it's time for a change.
There we go.
Yeah, it's time for a change.
Got it here.
Faith, hope, love. That's the bonus.
All right.
We love y'all.
Wait, real quick. Okay. Just share one of your key takeaways that you got today from the hidden blessing of conflict.
Hey, Jean. Hey, Miss Pat.
Jean, what's up? Hey, Miss
Pat.
Love
y'all, man. Thank you.
Thank y'all for jumping on. We appreciate it. So, we're going to give y'all a minute. I want to know what some of the what their biggest takeaway was today, or something new that you might have learned or didn't consider before. And when you get a minute, y'all, we need your help.
Yes.
Please like this video, subscribe. Don't forget to put on your notifications because we're going to start going live every Saturday. Same time, same place. We're going to invite y'all into our Saturday date.
That's right.
That we normally do. And so this is a new thing we got going on here, and we want to continue it.
Thank you, Chris. Right. Chris says this conflict is not a good or bad thing. It's just a thing. It's a part of life. Appreciate
I like that. Mike Flurry, he says conflict is a cure.
It's a cure.
Yes.
Right. Jean says can't solve everything.
That's right.
Never wanted to. Avery says love you too. Hey, love y'all, man.
Love you.
Hey, Tracy. Hey, Avery. Yep.
That's awesome.
So blessings, brother. I appreciate y'all for joining. Don't want to hold y'all. Y'all go love on each other. Conflict is growth. That's right. That's the third one. Thank you, Miss Pat.
Yes.
Thank you. Again, we just thank y'all for allowing us to come into your homes,
or cars,
or wherever you are, and sharing the Saturday. As we're gonna make this a weekly thing. So again, thank you.
Yeah.
And God says conflict is an opportunity to work together to resolve a challenge and grow.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And Jeremy says conflict equals growth.
That's it.
Yep. That's it. What'd you say? It's the miracle cure of marriage.
That's it. Look, conflict is a miracle growth.
Miracle growth. Yeah, miracle growth.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's awesome.
And we love y'all. Have a great Saturday. And we see y'all next Saturday.
Go out and go hug your spouse. Yeah. Thank you.
Go cause some conflict of intimacy. We'll talk to y'all later.
Oh, wait, we got one more.
What is it?
A couple more. We jumping off too quick, man.
Okay. Oh, that's it.
Thanks for sharing.
It's not always destruction. You're right. It's part of the destination.
Yeah.
You know, it's one destination in a journey of life and love.
So, And Tracy says conflict is awareness, intimacy, and growth.
Absolutely.
Yes. That's awesome. Yep.
So thank y'all for joining our first live YouTube and working through it and working through all of the little hiccups. We're going to get better at interfacing and interacting with you all. So again, I think this is our third goodbye.
All right. Feel like we're and one more scripture.
And one more.
Yep. We done.
That's it.
All right, y'all. We love you.
Y'all.
Thanks for joining in. We'll see y'all next Saturday. Peace. Same time, same place. All right, now we got to figure out how to end it. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, there we go. All right, bye.